Hi Scrappy Peeps! Susanna here today to share with you a layout I created using Simple Stories Posh collection. I used that large background piece of paper with the 1, 2, 3, 4 colors in it, and I deconstructed it. So this first step here is showing you how I deconstructed the piece of pattern paper before then going in and stitching it. I wanted a 1/4" border all the way around so that I had a white background, and then I started to cut the paper apart, and I wanted a total of a 1/4" between each color, but you'll see I made a mistake here and I cut more than a 1/4". I actually cut a 1/4", but I had cut a 1/4" off the top. So I adhere this down, and then I realized that I've got more space than I wanted, and I didn't account for this on the top piece of the paper either, so I have a 1/2" border up the top and a 1/4" in between. I wasn't worried so much about the 1/2" up the top because my original plan had been to put a header on the top near that peachy color, coral color, and then I don't end up doing that, but I do put a strip up there so that it minimizes that size difference. Because I'd made the mistake with a 1/4", put my pieces of paper back on that white background to figure out how much I needed to cut off and where I needed to cut off from. So there's the finished 1/4" gutter between all pieces of paper. I went upstairs and I sewed a white border, and in this part I am sort of pulling up the edges between the sewing and the edge of the patterned paper because I wanted a little bit of dimension in that, and the ripple effect that it gave it really gave it a nice added detail to the layout. I had pre-printed these 2 pictures that I wanted of my daughter receiving her recognition acceptance to a IB program, a specialty middle school, and that was the theme of my layout. So there's that top header that I had originally intended, and it's too heavy. I wanted a darker color up the top in order to balance that navy in the bottom right, but the way that I had originally planned the border just didn't work, and so I kind of fussed around with it and decided here, there, and tried a bunch of things and couldn't come up with anything at that point in time, so decided to just abandon that and start constructing the rest of the layout. I had pulled some of the ephemera pack, and I really liked the letters Today and Shine in gold, and so I made the title Today is Your Day to Shine, and used some of the sticker letters from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I had these die cut flowers from the Silhouette store that I really liked. They worked well with the doily and the flower theme in the ephemera pack, and I loved those little birds. They're so cute, and a few little birdies sitting nestled in the flower bundles was perfect for me. I didn't want all of the flower showing. I really like loose elements on my pages. I don't like when they get stuck in the page dividers, but I like having the dimension on my layouts. It isn't a big bulky dimension. So I've constructed the bulk of the page, and I still have to figure out that header. I put a few things up the top there, but you can still see where the white is a 1/4" more, and so I pull this thinner strip, and I like the thinner strip, but I decide I don't like it all the way across. It looks like I've placed it there without a purpose. I still can't quite figure out what I want to do with it, so I get distracted by the stickers and decide, more stickers. As I build my layouts, I tend to move things around a lot. I know where I'm putting things when I start to glue them down. I know that that's going to be their permanent home. So I'm gluing down these embellishments that are support to this layout. That tag isn't going to be anything functional. It was more just decorative because the story is not journaled on the page. It's too long a story, and really the photos tell the story of her acceptance to Moody Middle School. You can't see in the video, but that is her holding the acceptance letter to the school. She was quite proud of herself, and it was a very big moment to be accepted to this school. I think something like 600 children applied, and 200 got accepted and 40 on a wait list. So it was a big accomplishment for her, and really it was her day. So, oh, there's a tip that I got from Kelly Barron. She and I live in the same town and scrap together a lot, and I've actually seen other scrappers do it. It's not unique to her, but you put your letters on wax paper to see if you like them where they are, and then when you decide to stick them down, just fold the wax paper back, stick the top half on, and pull off the wax paper, and it gives you an easy way to keep them aligned. Or if you've seen any of Christine Davidson, not Davidson, if you've seen any of Christine's videos, she uses her laser pointer, which is a really nifty idea as well. I don't need any more things on my desk, so I will not be using the laser liner that she uses. Here I've decided that I definitely want this balance of dark to dark at the top and bottom, and I want something a little less structured, so I ripped paper. Can you believe it? So the paper is ripped and ready to go up top, but I still feel like I need something else up there. But decide that that shorter piece creates the balance that I want at the top to balance the top dark, the dark in the pictures, and then that trio of dark blue down the bottom. So I put that one ripped piece, which works well with all of the looseness of the other elements on the page. And then that cluster that I created for the top. I love the envelope on top of the flower because it's representative of the envelope that came in the mail bearing good news for my daughter. Glue that all down and play around with a few other elements, but really it doesn't need a whole lot more. There's a nice visual triangle drawing you into the picture, and then the balance of the dark and the light colors. I do like having a little bit of mist. I have the gold in the letters and decided that I wanted to just add a little splash, sort of celebratory, as my daughter was celebrating her acceptance. And there we go. That's the layout. In a minute or two, I'll show you a few close-ups. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Any thumbs up are always well appreciated, and if you don't subscribe, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for stopping in today. Hope you enjoy the process video.